Okay, hopefully I finally found a way to record. I've had a request for problems number 8 and problem number 26. Some of you have already uploaded. I have checked a few of those. You had these correct, I think, for the most part out of the ones that I checked. I don't know if it's a lucky guess, but anyway, the first one I would not expect you to know. Number 8, we have not talked about matrices. So when you see these brackets with a set of numbers in there, that's known as a matrix. There's two different things that are going on with this matrix. If you look at it, the first thing has this 5 in front of the 2 by 2 matrix that's shown right here. What that means is if I had values inside of a parenthesis with a coefficient in front of it, you would distribute that. So the first thing we want to do is we want to use the distributive property, and you're going to distribute that to each one of those values. Now keep in mind, a value in front of parentheses means multiplication. So we're going to multiply that through, and when you do that, you get a new matrix. You take 5 times 2, which is 10, 5 times 7, which is 35, 5 times negative 3 is negative 15, and 5 times 1 is 5. So that's your new matrix, and then the rest of the problem will remain the same for right now. The first step is just to go ahead and distribute that 5 through, which means the multiplication. Now, it's really kind of a simple problem if you think about it. But what happens is you can think of these as 4 individual problems set up. The first problem is you take this first entry in each one of your matrices and write the equation. So notice the operation we're going to do is subtraction. So we know that 10 minus 3 is equal to 7. So that's the first equation that you could actually get out of this matrix problem. The next thing that I notice is I have 35, and I'm going to use that operation again. X is equal to 32. So I'm going with the second entry in that first row. So the equation is 35 minus x is equal to 32. Now if we solve that, you know that x is going to have to be equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. That's the first thing that we found that they're asking us for. Now we can go ahead and set up yet another equation. Don't know if this color is going to be different enough. That next equation is negative 15. Keep in mind we have that operation. So you have negative 15 and the operation is minus, but then this value right here is negative 3. So we're going to subtract that negative 3, and that is equal to the first entry in the second row, which is y. So all the corresponding positions, write the equation. So that means that we have 15 plus 3 is equal to y. So y has a value of negative, I forgot my negative sign there, I'm going to write it over. So y is equal to, because I forgot my negative sign right there, y is equal to negative, now I got to subtract it. Let's just go back and write it underneath. So if I bring the problem down, you have negative 15 plus 3 equals y. So negative 15 plus 3 is negative 12, and that's equal to y. So I have x and y, and the problem asks you, if you look at problem number 8, it says, what is xy? So what they want to know is what is xy, which means x, 3, times y, which is negative 12, and that gives you an answer of negative 36. And negative 36 does happen to be letter G, so your answer to number 8 would be G. Okay, now the next question that was asked for assistance happened to be question number 26. Question number 26 says, a family has prepared a rectangular space for their yard for a garden. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by drawing a rectangular space. It says the space has a length of 30 feet and a width of 30 feet and a width of 21 feet. So draw the diagram, and it says the mother and father each plant vegetables in twice as many square feet as that of their children, who each plant the same number of square feet. So if you have a child, and if they plant X square feet, then the parent is going to plant twice as much, or 2X square feet. So the mother and father each plant twice as many as each of the 3 children. So the total square feet that they have to plant is the product, or the area of your square. And if you were to take 30 times 21, you find out that the area of the garden that they have to plant is 630 square feet. Just multiply them together. Now if you look at what they're going to plant, each child plants X. So that is X plus X plus X. And the father and the mother each plant twice as much, or 2X apiece. So the total area that they plant is 630. If you add these together, you are going to end up with 7X is equal to 630. And if you divide by 7, X is equal to 90. So each child is going to plant 90 square feet. That means that the parent plants 180. The question says, how many total square feet of the garden will be planted by the children? So if each child plants 90 and there are 3 children, the children will plant 270 square feet. And if you look at it, the parents are going to each plant 180, or 90 times 2, which is 180. Each parent plants that. So we know the children plant 270, the parents each plant 180, which is 360. And if you add those together, you do get the 630 total square feet. But all they are asking for in this case is what the total is that the children plant, which is 270 square feet, and that also has an answer of G. If there's any more questions, let me know. I'd be more than willing to post them. Hope everybody's staying healthy.